My name is Margaret M. Windsor, and that's my real name. I was kidnapped in 41 and brought to Bolton, Alabama, and I've put all this up on former YouTube, so I'm not going to Facebook and Instagram. Uh, so I'm just going to say a few things here. This is my sons Mark and Scott, who are heirs after me. These are old photographs. This is, I was writing about mind control, a book on mind control, back 76 to April Fool's Day of 80 when they put antifreeze in me and I should have died. It was horrible, horrible, my whole life. I didn't know about my kidnapping until I was flown out to Larry Flint's, who had been shot while I was doing the book in Marietta. He was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And that was when one of the doctors I wrote about, Larry McDonald, if I'm being redundant, plane went down from Seoul, South Korea to, from Juneau, Alaska to Seoul, South Korea. Went down in the ocean and all aboard died. It was a KAL, a Korean jetliner passenger. Now then, the Soviets shot it down, or Russians shot it down, MiG did, because it veered into the airspace. Now, Larry McDonald was supposed to be aboard. That's how history records it. But then if you read about my father, King Edward VIII, who never married Wallace Simpson, he married my mom, Claudia O'Keefe, sister to Georgia. Now then, so history's been a lie to take him down, and then they kidnapped me. Her father, my dad's own brother and my uncle, George the illegal sixth. And so I've already put all that up. The Illuminati, global one world government, which Elizabeth's a member of, Hillary Clinton. So you go on and on. They won't let the press in when they have their meetings. It's your global takeover after they took my father down. It's Illuminati is the name they use now, Freemasons, whatever. Anyway, before I lose you, if anybody cares, I've put so many up here, and what's happened to me, it's almost like I have a virus or something. I didn't know about mind control when I wrote the book. One of the doctors I worked for had put a chip in. He was head of a corporation there. Later I went to work for that very corporation. How's that? And saw some files on it where they put a chip in him, could remote control him, and without his knowledge, they can control his decision making, etc., etc. Now then, I want to show this because I put a whole list of. I had a letter, wrote the book, didn't get published because they tried to kill me, and did a pretty good job of it. But before then, I had a letter from the FBI, June the 23rd of '79, saying ongoing investigation, national security involved. And William Harper was the U.S. attorney, and the letter was signed by him and James Baker, the assistant, who I met, James Baker, assistant U.S. attorney. Now then, when I talked with the FBI there, and this phone call was it was after May the 8th of '79, just after I'd moved in to Laurelwood. I was having so much happen to me and my sons that were doing things to my sons, and it was a phone call, and the gentleman on it was FBI. I called them is what happened, and he said to me, I'm going to have to put you on hold for a while. I'm Michael Kean, which I found out later, Michael Kean was the special agent in charge there. But this was the FBI agent. And I knew some of them down there. I had been down there. And he said, I'm also Helms, and he spelled it for me, Helms. I thought to myself, well, I know how to spell Helms. So anyway, it goes on. I got the letter from them, and then I had the antifreeze put in me. I was taken across the state line, and where I passed a background check for Sheriff Patterson in Huntsville, Alabama, which is, by the way, NASA, where the Space Administration is, NASA. Redstone Arsenal, the command center, ballistic command center, and all that. Now, before I lose you, I'm just going to go back. I went to work for Fred Simpson, the DA, in May after they put antifreeze in me, April Fool Day of '80, because kidnapping the monarch and taking down a monarch was a joke to this country and the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Jews, and the Kennedys. Joe Kennedy was ambassador, and I'm going to stop and just say what I want to hear. I put all this up if you care to go back and check it out. I'm listening this morning. It's about mind control and the use of it, and it's so widespread they can use mind control on armies, okay, or individuals. Make them like commit one crime with a gun or a knife, it doesn't matter. Make them run off in the river and drown, or smash into the Oklahoma, the college there. The young woman that just smashed into the parade there, homecoming, and killed some people, and it was blamed on her being drunk, or they thought that at the time. They can make you drink, and I'm going to read a few things before this goes off, because it's already taken up all the time. I told her about, you can make the people, program them to drink, and they have no knowledge of it. And then it's blamed on liquor, or Timothy McVeigh said that Army put a chip up him. And this is implantable biochips by, I think it's Tex Mars. But I'd written about, this happened later, but I'd written about, there's Oklahoma City, by the way. I'm trying to get this on here. This is one of the Fort Hood. He was a psychiatrist. And, by the way, he went to Virginia Tech, where the 33 mass shootings happened April the 17th or the 16th of '07, right next door to me. This is Elizabeth, who is sitting there illegal, a member of the New World Order, the Illuminati. Her dad helped kidnap me and steal the crown. Now, I want to read this young man. It sounds so typical. The young man on Uber, in the cab. The Uber driver was going to put him out, and he was in the back seat, and yeah, I have to wonder if it was staged. I really do, because today you got to hear the young man that did well, you would hate him. He was beating up the driver and all this, and they're saying he was drunk. Well, if you listen to him, he's telling the truth, I think, from what I know, because when someone's put under mind control, it's not them. And this is what I'm going to read, and this goes back to the FBI agent in Atlanta back in '79. In the conversation to me, he's also Helms, Helms. They got cryptic. Helms was Richard Helms, the CIA director, keeper of the secrets. I want to go back to this Project Artichoke. Also referred to as project that research interrogation methods and arose from Project Bluebird on August 20th of 1951, run by the CIA Office of Scientific Intelligence. Ex-CIA keeper of the secret Helms, a memorandum by Richard Helms to CIA Director Alan Dulles indicates Artichoke became Project MK Ultra on August 13, '53. The project studied hypnosis, forced morphine addiction, and use of other chemicals, including LSD, to produce amnesia and other vulnerable states in subjects. Artichoke was a mind control program that gathered information together with intelligence divisions of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and FBI. In addition, the scope of the project outlined in the memo dated January of '52 that stated, we get control of an individual to the point where he will do our bidding against his own will and even against his fundamental laws of nature, such as self-preservation. So when this young man said that today, that wasn't him,